Snobby diners mocked me while I waited their table. They didn't know it was my restaurant. I decided to help wait tables at my Michelin star restaurant when we were short-staffed, figuring my talented sous chef could handle the kitchen for one night. Even though at 62, I wasn't exactly quick on my feet anymore. When a table of 4 arrived discussing how they'd flown in from their estate to experience the greatest culinary genius alive, I figured I'd take their table myself, just to see what devoted fans were really like. Then the woman dripping in diamonds looked at me approaching with their water and said, "Good God, they're really lowering their standards. This decrepit old man belongs in a retirement home, not serving at the Temple of Gastronomy." Her husband, adjusting his Patek Philippe, added, "The chef would be mortified if he knew they hired someone who looks like he crawled out of a soup kitchen. This is a 3-star establishment, not charity work." I smiled and started pouring water, but my hands weren't as steady as they used to be after decades of knife work, and I spilled a few drops on the tablecloth. "This is unacceptable," the second woman shrieked, her Hermes bag trembling with rage. "This imbecile just defiled our table. Do you comprehend that we donated $50,000 to the chef's cookbook charity auction? He's an artist, and you're destroying his cathedral with your incompetence." She summoned another waiter immediately. "Remove this creature before he ruins everything the chef has built." When I tried to explain the specials, I forgot one ingredient in the amuse-bouche, and the younger man in the $10,000 suit interrupted me. "You don't even know the menu? This is sacrilege. The chef spent years perfecting these dishes, and you're butchering his poetry with your ignorance. Were you hired from a temp agency today?" He snapped his fingers in my face repeatedly. "The chef deserves servants who understand excellence, not whatever you are." The diamond-covered woman demanded to know my qualifications, then laughed when I stayed silent. "You've probably never eaten anywhere nicer than Applebee's. How could someone like you possibly serve the chef's masterpieces? You reek of poverty and failure." She waved her hand in front of her nose. "Is that mothballs? The chef maintains pristine standards, and you smell like a thrift store." When I brought their first course, my knee gave out slightly and I had to catch myself on their table. The older man stood up and shoved me backward violently. "Don't contaminate our experience with your working-class hands. You've probably never washed them properly in your life." He pulled out a handkerchief to wipe where I'd touched. "The chef would vomit if he saw vermin like you near his art. You're desecrating everything sacred about this place." I forgot which person ordered which wine, and the younger woman threw her napkin at my face. "How are you this incompetent? The chef is a god among men, and they hired someone with obvious dementia?" She turned to the others and said loudly, "He's clearly senile, probably wandered in off the street. The chef would be horrified knowing someone this pathetic is representing his legacy." When I reached across to clear a plate, the diamond woman grabbed my wrist and dug her nails in until she drew blood. "Your disgusting sleeve touched my plate. That's biological warfare." She poured her $1,000 wine on me. "There, now your exterior matches your worth. The chef creates perfection, and you're the shit on his shoe. He'd probably pay us to eliminate you." The older man pulled out his phone and called someone. "James? Yes, I need you to buy this restaurant immediately so we can fire this subhuman. The chef deserves better." He turned to me and said, "My lawyer is drawing up the papers now. The chef will thank me when I cleanse his temple of parasites like you." Then he grabbed the hot candle from the table and poured the melting wax on my hands. "This is what the chef would do if he saw you touching his food." The younger man stood up and announced to the entire restaurant, "This senile fool is destroying the chef's reputation. Everyone should document this travesty." He grabbed my collar and yanked me down. "You're stealing from the chef every second you exist here. You're a stain on his brilliance. The chef is divinity incarnate, and you're not worthy to speak his name." Finally, the older woman pulled out a silver letter opener from her purse. "The chef is my reason for living, and I'm going to defend his honor." She slashed at my shirt, cutting it open. "There, now everyone can see what worthlessness looks like." She spit in my face, her saliva hitting my eye. "You're the antithesis of everything the chef represents. He creates miracles, and you're an abortion that somehow survived. I hope you die before you can contaminate another of his dishes." That's when my manager walked over, beaming with no idea what had just transpired. She said, "I hope you're enjoying your meal being personally served by the chef himself. How does it feel to meet your hero?" All 4 of them sat frozen, their mouths hanging open, the older woman's hand still holding the letter opener as the blood drained from their faces in perfect unison. Full story on the channel below.